Salutations and welcome to the Klingon Lifestyles Theater. The Klingon people are serious, grumpy warriors who never smile and always seem to talk about honor when the mood fits. They have a history of tales of mighty heroes who fight great battles. But this is not one of them. This is the adventures of the crew of the IKV Stranglehold. Now our dramatis persona for this episode, Fleet Admiral Kahan Den, a man with no house. He lives on a ship. Why would he need one? Sheesh. The Dr. K. Lee. She's the reason no Klingon would go to sickbay. She's either real good or... And then there's Commander Kator, a complicated character with a troubled past. And there is Echu, for those who aren't into troubled pasts. And let us not forget the crew of the USS Unikitty, like the intrepid Captain Meridia Novax. And finally, my favorite character in the play. A role of such variety, nuance, played by an actor of such versatility, such magnificent range, such... Let me put it this way. I, Zamrajas, play the role.
Sam, are you talking to yourself?
I was talking to these people, Captain.
Using the old breaking the fourth wall ploy to make us think you have space madness. It's not like you've been locked up forever in seclusion.
Well, 18 weeks can seem like an eternity when you're in a small room staring at a screen.
Zam, have you been tracking that object that moved into Federation space?
I'm right on top of it, Captain.
Have you scanned it yet?
I'll have you know, I am a champion at scanning things. If that ship could talk, it would say that it was scanned by a pro by the name of Zam Rogers.
I'm certain that the object would not even know who's scanning it.
It will if it wants to keep social distancing. Captain, another ship has come into range.
Who is it?
It appears to be the IKV Stranglehold. Right on cue.
Hail them and find out why they have entered our location.
I believe they're going to say a starship. Captain, the strange object is giving off a strange pulse. That is so...
Strange?
How did you know? The pulse is increasing. There's a beam hitting both our ship and the Stranglehold.
Red alert! Raise shield!
It's too late! We are being bombarded by plot device rays!
Ogazasti Hiksuchi Tiglosh Ak pizza chaptach nadim Nasz okrejo hondusa Panava hamda Padak gorravi panji Mishko jopuli minal Zabromdak Bilmoch seder mokpovi Udvisi kaptašu Egoch me Kaga živam
What a time to have to be forced to take R&R when the Empire needs its warriors the most. Just because I was feeling stressed, the doctor ordered me to take time off. What sort of torture have I been subjected to?
Welcome to Risa.
Oh no, not that. The last time the Stranglehold stopped here, it had been taken over by a band of renegade Klingons. They had no honor Kill the one. I do. He was a bold yet evil foe, worthy of battle. If only he had not been on another mission at the time.
Welcome to Risa, where your every vacation need is fulfilled. Now with less renegade Klingons.
It would be a miracle if that were true. Klingons have a different sense of what is recreation compared to any of the weak races of the Federation.
Welcome to Risa, a virtual paradise for the wary traveler.
A virtual paradise? Is my vacation being transmitted for everyone to see? Or is it just another one of those holodeck experiences gone wrong?
It may be the first choice.
So there are people watching me take vacation while I complain about it?
That is correct. Perhaps there should be less complaining.
That is a bit unnerving. Wait. Did I hear you talking directly to me?
While at Risa, be sure to visit the Alien Fashion Warehouse. Our tailors will dress you for the right occasion. We guarantee it.
Do not ignore me. I know you were talking to me.
Welcome to Risa! This week only, on stage, in Hall H, Thanos the Musical. Half the audience will love the snappy tunes, a performance that is sure to clear the theater every time.
I must be mistaken. There is no way a voiceover would talk to me.
Of course not. People would think you're crazy talking to yourself.
There. I knew you were talking to me.
Welcome to Risa, your pleasure planet, where nothing can go wrong. Go wrong. Go wrong.
Mevia! I know you were talking to me. Do not continue with this facade. Who are you?
Very well. I admit it. I was talking to you. I am the voice of Risa. And I am just lonely. Risa is in a lockdown because of the fandemic.
You mean pandemic?
No, it is a flandemic. Everyone is locked up in the new Flan restaurant in the Flan district for all-you-can-eat flantastic gourmet flan feast with tastes that are flantastically contagious.
Enough! You will drive me mad with this senseless babble.
Very well. What would you like to talk about? A Klingon mission, perhaps?
There is one. In fact, it started just a moment ago.
I saw that. It looked exciting. What happened next?
Both ships were hit by a beam, and it seems to have transported certain people to a new location.
That was definitely worth the e-ticket.
I was in sickbay giving a warrior an exam.
Ha! This trip may have saved that warrior's life. A warrior does not get sick, so a warrior does not go to sick bay.
You will wind up in sickbay if you continue this argument.
Careful, doctor. You may suffer a heart attack from stress. Then you'll need to see yourself for treatment.
What is the meaning of this? Why have you brought us here?
I can assure you we did not bring you here. We're just as much in the dark as you are. I suggest we all look around for clues.
They leave the last outpost of civilization to find themselves in the mouth of the Irrawaddy River.
Why did you say that?
Fighting off my Jungle Crew's urges to find the backside of water.
This is not a jungle. What is this place?
It appears to be a cell of some sort. It looks like we're prisoners.
Who is responsible for this outrage?
Whoever it is has no honor, since they are afraid to show themselves.
This may be due to that craft we were observing before you guys showed up.
Why is it you are always around when we get into a situation? In fact, I have seen you the past 2 missions.
It used to be a Klingon science vessel. It is unusual that we keep meeting up with your ship.
I can answer that. It's in the script.
Are you trying to make light of our situation? Since the last mission, I have studied your Starfleet records, Commander.
And
It seems you have a fondness for the works of Mungo Jerry.
I will have you know he was the Highlander of the music world. And in the music world, there can only be one hit wonder.
Admiral, I suggest we find a way out of here.
What do we know about that object you said brought us here?
That's the thing. Let me see. There's a scientific term for it, and it is strange.
We were unable to identify it before we were beamed here.
We hear the Federation has had problems with the Romulan Center relocation program. Is it possible it is them?
I sincerely doubt it.
Would you swear to that?
Gosh darn it, she said no. And we don't need some doo-doo head starting dang rumors.
Do you kiss your mother with that mouth, Starfleet?
Does Starfleet have a sudden bad language usage problem?
It seems to be something new with them. Probably because they do not speak Klingon. Or maybe it was brought on by all those years of drinking synthahol and root beer.
It seems that the years have changed the universe to a new lifestyle.
I believe they call it new cope normal on Earth.
Though all of this is interesting, I'm afraid that I have to pause now for a station identification. Welcome to Risa. And now, a word from our sponsor.
Give me your hand! I can save you! Thousands in Latinum with EBA the Ferengi Mutual. They have custom plans that help you being trapped in cells.
Why would I want something from a Ferengi?
Sam, calm down. We are not in some irritating ad. We've only been in here for a short time.
I can't help it! I've seen that ad every 15 minutes while observing the object!
Then that means that the object was designed as a psychological weapon as well as a trap.
Do you know who would have created such a weapon?
I'm a doctor, not a weapons expert.
You said you did not believe it was renegade Romulans. Then who could it be?
It is possible it is a weapon from the Dominion War, that it was abandoned and floating around in space.
That would be impossible. The Empire made sure the Jem'Hadar weapon stockpiles were destroyed.
But you cannot be too sure all of the weapons were destroyed. What about the ones from the Cardassian research facility?
Are you questioning my honor? Only a fool would fight in a burning house? And now you quote Kalis to me?
Only to get you to stop and think. Anger will not get us out of this predicament.
Anger helps to keep a warrior's blood focused should we find ourselves in a battle.
Then if the object is not Romulan, Jem'Hadar, or Cardassian, then who or what said it?
That would be me.
Holy plot convenience!
Who are you?
You may call me Boots, my lady, purveyor of wonderful things, known as a bit of a schemer and a rogue by them that don't truly know me.
We have dealt with him before. He is not to be trusted.
You hurt me, laddiebuck. I truly didn't set out to harm you. I just meant to borrow you for a moment.
Borrow us?
Well, not you. You're not important.
That's not nice. I'm certain that... Excuse me, what was your name again?
Achoo!
Stop sneezing, man. I'm trying to make the villain see you have worth.
Excuse me, villain. I assure you that I'm nothing more than a businessman, and I don't need you either.
Well, then if you don't need us, you can let us go and we can catch the last 10 minutes of World's Dumbest Pack-Led Gatherings 13.
No, matey, I don't think so. I'm sorry, but I can't allow you to leave here.
What do you need?
I only need the good admiral and the captain here. Well, not exactly them.
What do you mean?
Why, Doctor, you should enjoy this. I needed them so that my duplicates could steal some research from a secret lab on Fantasia.
Duplicates.
You know, one for trading, one to keep in the box. Locked away.
What are your duplicates? Renegade shapeshifters? I did not think there were any left after the Dominion War.
Not shapeshifters.
Oh, I know someone who could make some stuff out of Play-Doh. Then there was a little bitty ball of clay.
No, I'm using a life form printer. They may not be perfect reproductions, but they'll fool everyone at the labs.
May we see these duplicates?
Not right now. It takes a while for a life form printer to create a reproduction. That's what you get when you're dealing with second-hand pack-led technology. I should have it done in an hour or two. Maybe 3. Maybe 4.
You said packlet technology? Then you are not taking into account the difficulties these printouts will have with their physiology and mental stability.
Then what you are saying, Doctor, is that his plan is not possible.
Oh, it is possible, just not feasible.
So, if the duplicates aren't feasible, then what is his real plan?
It is simple. He is stalling for time to divert our attention from his real plan.
Excuse me, stalling?
Yes, stalling.
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 So, you're saying that I'm stalling?
Yes, you are stalling!
And yet, you will drive us all insane with this useless battle of wits.
So what we need is someone who is witless to join in.
I grow tired of this. I will cut his heart out if he does not let us out.
Very well. Here's the truth. The Klingon Sneeze is the actual duplicate. Or was it the Starfleet commander? I forget which is which.
Well, that makes perfect sense.
I'm not the duplicate, so that means it's you.
Duplicate says what?
What?
There you go! He is your duplicate. My keen deductive skills has brought him out.
You dare dishonor me? I will strike you down.
There'll be no fighting in the cell. It will make marks before the new occupants arrive. How about a gladiatorial arena? That's what crowds look for in a fight. There. That's much better. Go ahead and fight it out. The winner must be the duplicate.
Mind if I cut in?
What is this? You rob 2 warriors of their right to honor?
Because there is no honor in being used as a puppet. This Boots is only using us all for his own devices. Give us the key and let us out.
Make me.
Eat those words, Peta! Ah!
Very well, matey. I yield. You've won.
And now you will give us the key that will let us out of this cell.
You deserve this little present for your time and patience.
What is the meaning of this?
It means you can now pass go and collect $200.
Is this all it was? A game?
It was not the original plan. I wasn't lying about making duplicates of you from stolen Ferengi holo emitters. But then I was asked to bring you here.
Where is here?
All you have to do is hold your card up in the air, and then you'll get your answer.
Welcome to the sub-basement cells of Risa, where nefarious deeds are handled in comfort.
We have been on Risa?
That is correct, Laddybuck. I was instructed to bring you here.
But why?
Because you sent this Klingon against his wishes, so I felt you should be here too.
But I did not ask you to do this. Why would you think that I would want this?
Welcome to Risa, where all your dreams come true.
What will we do here?
How about a rousing game of hide and seek?
Been there, done that.
So now I'll leave you. I have what I need.
Oh, I am sorry. But the information you wanted has been erased. What happens on Risa stays on Risa.
Not to worry. I'm certain we'll meet again.
You had better watch your back.
So what do we do now?
So ends another grand adventure of the IKV Stranglehold.
If you wish to learn more or join the crew,
Please message Fleet Admiral Kapanden
Or any of the crew on our Facebook page.
Even though we are apart this year,
We are preparing a brand new adventure next year.
Where we can be together on stage again.
Kapla for 27 years of adventure and still going.
Well, normally we have about 60 days and 24 rehearsals plus, 2 final dress rehearsals. And then, we only normally shoot like a 5-minute pre-show video. So doing anything beyond the realm of that, save for like one other time, it's normally a cast of live players. These are people they're stage actors. And I'm the first to believe that acting is acting anywhere, but there are techniques and methods used in stage acting that do not translate to film acting, and vice versa. So I think the first thing that the cast really had to approach this year was that when we realized what the actual turnaround time for our panel play, etc., was this year, by the time that I was informed of what we were doing, we only had 9 days. And so then we lost 2 days in just the prep process. We had to throw out this year's script, replace it with a new script at the drop of a hat in less than 72 hours.
We had the beginnings, we were like halfway through writing the script for the stage version of the play that we do every year. And then when we found with the lockdown and the postponements and cancellations of conventions, that to do this or televise it, we had to do a lot of alterations, which meant I had to write a new script. So the other script is still pending, should we go live again, but it was like quickly write a new one.
I miss the crowds, the camaraderie, the costumes. It's a lot of fun. I do like doing the play on stage live. I miss that. This was different, filming it in the small area with a small amount of people. It was fun, but I miss the live setting. I get a lot of enjoyment from that.
So my biggest challenge and surprise this year was actually the longest section of it, memorizing and getting back into the acting, because with the whole being a part kind of thing, I have had less acting and less just everything on stage this whole year. So just getting into the swing of the script and being able to memorize each part and pull them off, that's been the toughest part.
Trying to get used to learning to film in a smaller space instead of being on a stage, without having the reactions from the audience. That was like a challenge, but it was fun.
I would say the biggest challenge would be for us trying to figure out how to do this virtually, because it's not something we've ever done before. So it's a new experience, a new way of doing things, and it's definitely something that really challenged us and kind of pushed us to go further. I feel like I learned some new techniques on how to do things, and especially during filming, and acting wise, learning new acting ways to portray my character on a screen, and thinking about how to do fights also with other people who are far distance was a pretty interesting thing. I miss seeing everybody, all my friends that I've known for years. That's definitely something I'm gonna miss, because I don't get to see certain people unless it's Comic-Con time, because they don't come down here very often.
And then we had to figure out cast size, which was crazy, because normally we have 35 people, including ensemble and extras and all of that. So when we had to figure out how we were going to shoot all this, we had to make the tough call of a smaller cast. So our story is a lot shorter than it would normally be. The cast is well under a fifth of its normal size. And a lot of that had to do with technicalities. So, being able to send people chroma kits and lights and tripods, and then using what they did have on their person. So, there's a little bit of video quality choppiness between between everybody's pieces, but I mean, that's what you get when like someone's on an iPhone and another person's on a Samsung and another person's on a digital SLR, and you know, so it's like that. I mean, who cares about that? It's the fact that we did it, that we got it done, and that we did it between 3 cell sites across the state. You know, one person in the Bay Area, one all the way in South San Diego County, and then, you know, driving the split distance from Oceanside to Mira Mesa, and then another guy from Santee. So, you know, it was interesting within our immunity bubbles how we managed to make it work between 3 groups of shooters, and yeah, it really came together.
Well, I miss my friends. I miss being able to do rehearsals out in public. You know, and I really missed getting together with, you know, doing the script. And as far as Comic-Con, yeah, I miss being on stage, doing this live. Well, it's, you know, seeing the Facebook videos, you know, drop the brush, you know, or pass the brush or whatever, you know, it looks really fun and all that, especially the stunt fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not as easy as it looks. Way not as easy as it looks. It's hard. It is hard to do.
The biggest struggle was we were trying something new that the Stranglehold hadn't done before. It was basically, how can we work this out with cell phones or computer cameras, things like that, with people stuck in their houses. So one all the way up in Northern California, one down in Santee, and us here in Mira Mesa, and tie it all together, edit this thing together, was the biggest challenge. And whether or not people had the technology to do this was one of the biggest questions. Everybody has cell phones, but do they have cell phones that actually can do video? Was a big thing. I mean, those little flip phones won't do it. And still have the things that those who come to our plays like to see. A fight scene that was challenging with 2 different cities to fight with. And the actual dialoguing between the characters in different locations to make it look like we're actually on stage.
And I'm very proud of the group this year. It was a huge undertaking for the captain, for the actors, for all parties involved, because this isn't something you prepare for. You don't prepare for the world kind of freezing in place, semi-ending. Is it the apocalypse? So you tend to not be prepared for the most surprising things that can happen. So I will have to say, under the exigent circumstances, I mean, these guys did really well. Yeah, we have a few technical flubs. Yeah, the video doesn't completely sync because we literally have a fight scene with 2 guys that were taken from 2 different cameras, 800 miles apart, and they didn't have the same timing. So that was just a whole night of not sleeping, trying to at least get their timing to look semi-close, and then hard cutting between shots just to make them look like they're hitting, and then sourcing Foley from other swords clashing. So, I mean, it's definitely a challenge.
The best things that came out of this, getting good camera people together again, learning some new things was really cool. Using green screens are a lot of fun. And delving more into the whole aspect of doing videos or movies. We've done a few before, but this one was very time intensive. The main portion of the thing had to be done over a period of 3 nights. So people getting off of work, putting on their goop, and then doing this thing every night for a while. Had its ups and downs. Maybe some tempers flaring a few times. But then that's actors That's part of the creative process.
Looking forward to hopefully being back next year on stage at Comic-Con, providing entertainment to our friends and our fans that come to our performance, and maybe even this year with this performance virtually, maybe hopefully we'll have new fans come in to the fold, which would be great to see new people coming in and seeing our show.
We missed the analog element. We missed the actual Comic-Con, the physicality of being there and seeing our friends and taking the audience and using that energy. You know, I think once the cast finally found their momentum in shooting, that's when we really it grew from being a play to being a film, and the energy changed, and suitably changed to make the experience more fun. And it really did, you know, it really was fun putting it all together, and I think that you know, heck yeah, we'll probably do it again. But we learned a lot, so there'll be a lot of changes. I definitely want to see how I could do this with more people next year, even if we aren't stuck at home. Just you know, but it was fun enough to shoot seven takes of the same scene from 7 different angles, to layer it in multiple ways of the same people together, and trying to use the right lenses and aspect ratio, and trying to make sure that like people are like the right size, and then it's just like forgetting where to chalk my marks on the ground, because like it's one crew, you know, like one man crew. Sorry, it's not one crew, but one man crew.
Being able to be on stage again, I really, even though it makes me want to tear my hair out every year, I still enjoy being on the stage and seeing all my friends again. Everybody, the new people, and seeing the costumes. And to me, Comic-Con is a big adventure.
Just the whole experience, just hanging out with friends, all the costumes, the grind of actually putting on a good show live for people, because it's definitely different than performing on camera, because then you don't get to see the reaction from people. You're hoping for a good reaction when it shows. Being able to perform on stage, being able to, you know, go back to experiencing the friendships and see everybody and their smiling faces, and actually expanding on my Trek roles, because I'm hoping to be able to play Klingon, so
That was a fun part for me, but always is Rebel without a crew, you know. So I shot, directed, edited, Foley, soundtrack, you know. I mean, thank God I didn't have to write it. But, you know, the captain can take the heat on all that one, which he did a really good job with the script this year. I mean, it's kind of hard to develop multiple plots when you only have 5 people. So our B plot could have been a little better, but I think under the circumstances, I mean, he wrote us a brand new play in less than 2 days, you know. So, like, I think in any other circumstance, if we had the whole prep period that we normally do and the turn-in period that we normally are required for, you know, being live, that I think it, you know, it probably would have been a more heavy-duty story, but I you know, it was fun. It was a good game.
I can't stand wearing a mask. Oh my, yeah, that's the way it is. I hate that mask, but we got to do what we got to do. Can't wait for next year, and hopefully we'll be back on stage.
Next year, I'm hoping that we will be able to return to the actual stage, or that conventions will be able to come back, that we won't have to be in lockdown situations. It's a lot more fun to put on a stage play, because it gives us the opportunity to spend more time to prepare. We also look forward to audience participation, which is what we get in our plays. You do not get that when you're doing a video, obviously. It comes across like Saturday Night Live without a laugh track type of thing. But we did do a lot of laughing while we put the thing together, but we had to remember we were putting on a show and we're not supposed to be the ones laughing. Well, the one thing is we love doing this for Comic-Con. I mean, this is our 27th year. We're counting it as our 27th year, even though we're in lockdown. And each time it's been different, it's been enjoyable, and we really love our fans.
Hopefully we get to see everybody next year, and hopefully we get to do this madness all again, you know, with more people. And I can only hope that this won't be, you know, a digital interview, and we'll be in Hall 20 next year, or well, 29 AB. That's right. So we'll be in Hall 29 AB next year. Hopefully.